What's up, folks? Lex here, Latasha there, Married Movie Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about MoviePass, and this is going to be a quick video. We just want to talk about our experience with MoviePass and where it's at now, and what we think about the model in general. So, first and foremost, we signed up for MoviePass probably about a year ago. The first movie I saw was like September, so it's been almost a year at least. And we had very different experiences from the get-go. She had no problem, really, with the service, right? It was pretty seamless.
I checked in, was able to use my card and purchase my ticket and everything with no issues. So when you kept having the issues, I was like, user error or...
So the first movie I actually went and saw was It. And it was a movie I was going to see with or without MoviePass, didn't matter. But I figured we'd sign up for MoviePass, that would be my first movie with it, it'd be good. But it wouldn't work. I went up to the counter and the card wouldn't work. And if you're not familiar with MoviePass, basically they give you a debit card. And I've actually got it right here. So, debit card there. It's, MasterCard. Also, real quick, just a quick note, we're trying a fixed focus for this video, so if it's out of focus, I apologize. We're trying, though. I want to use the fixed focus so it doesn't blur in and out with autofocus. But anyway, so they gave you the card, the debit card, you go up to the counter. Before that, you basically, in an app, say, I want to go see this movie. It loads your card, you put the card on the counter, they scan your card or whatever, and you get your ticket. That's how it's supposed to go. Well, mine didn't work, and I had to contact them through customer service, and I couldn't get a hold of anyone.
It took forever.
Yeah, it was delayed. I finally got a hold of someone later in the day, and they said, go ahead and go back and try it again. So I went back and tried it again, and it didn't work. So, and it was kind of embarrassing. It's not really something to be embarrassed about, I guess, but it was. It was kind of embarrassing to be declined at the counter while other people are waiting behind you, and I was really upset with the service, and I wasn't liking it. Eventually, they said, just pay for the ticket, and we'll reimburse you on your account. And so that's what I did. It worked. After that, I didn't really have any problems with it. It was just a really rough start, and I wanted to cancel immediately. But eventually, it was okay. But you were pretty smooth sailing for the whole time, right?
But I was also super apprehensive at first because you signed up for it a few months before I did. Because I was like, there's no way that this could work. There's no possible way that this could be a sustainable model for anything. How are they making their money? You explained to me that they use advertising and such and kind of explained it. And I was like, I don't know. And then I went ahead and did it because my thought was $10 a month. If I see 2 movies, then it's paid for itself. Really, one movie...
Yeah, depending on where you live...
ticket
could cost $15 or whatever.
Because tickets for us are about $8.50, full price, non-matinee. So
we live in a really small town, though. Yeah. Really small theater. I'm surprised it's even still open, to be honest with you. But yeah, our tickets are pretty cheap, relatively speaking. And another thing we have to mention about our theater is that they actually did something like this before MoviePass a couple years ago, back in 2014. It was called Movie Hero. Yes. And basically, it was the same concept, except you didn't get a debit card. You got a card, but essentially...
But it was like a reward card, like you would use at any store.
Right.
They would scan it, essentially. You'd pick the movie you want, they would scan it, and then it'd be covered, because you paid $20 a month for literally unlimited movies.
Right.
So I would actually plan it. I'd look at movies that were playing, and I would see 2 movies back to back. I'd go up and I'd say, I want this one at this time and this one at that time, and I'd watch my 2 movies, come home. MoviePass doesn't allow you to see 2 movies in one day.
Right.
So that was a negative. And then also, you could see the same movie every single day if you wanted. So you could literally watch it 30 times, as long as it was still in your theater.
There were multiple times where I would go to the theater, see an hour and a half film, walk out, go right to the counter and say, I want to see this film that was playing right after it, different film, hour and a half. So I would spend 3 hours at the theater, see 2 movies in one day, and I would still pay just the regular $20 a month. Now, that was double what MoviePass costs, which was $10 a month. But we actually went and saw more movies it was difficult to do. We were actually seeing every single movie. It was insane, and it was hard to kind of get the schedules aligned and all that kind of stuff. But we made it happen. We really liked it. They got rid of it after a few months. Obviously, it wasn't lucrative for them to do it. Even though we were going all the time now, buying concessions and stuff like that.
I'm one of those that, like, I have to have something when I'm at the movies. I can sit on my couch and watch 10 hours worth of movies and not eat or drink a single thing. But when I'm at the theater, I think it's just something about being at the theater that I have to have something. Usually it was popcorn, which at our theater, a large popcorn, which comes with a free refill, is nearly $8. So even though we weren't paying for the tickets, there was still money being spent.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite way. I don't like anything at the movies because if I get something to drink, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom at least a couple times. If I get something to eat, I don't like popcorn because it gets stuck in my teeth. Candy, I'm kind of over candy, So, I don't know. Nothing for me. But I was still going, and occasionally I would get a drink so that I could take it home and have it with dinner or whatever it may be. Those prices, obviously not the smartest thing, but we were seeing movies for free. So it was kind of... Yeah, it worked itself out, and so that was cool. MoviePass, though, I only saw about 9 movies in my almost year-long subscription with them. You saw way more than that, right?
I did. I counted 33.
33 movies, which is pretty good. I mean, that is about, a little over 2 movies per month, right? If I do the math correctly.
I haven't had it that long, so...
So maybe even 3.
I mean, there were times that I would see a movie Monday after work, and then Tuesday evening, and then Friday when a new one came out. So I'd see 3 movies in 1 week, because that's how it worked out. I have not seen literally every movie that's been available. I've only seen the ones that have been interesting or that I've been kind of on the fence about.
Yeah.
But my thought was, if I see 2 movies... it's paid for itself. So even if there was something that I wasn't 100% sure on, I'd still go see it because, in my mind, why not? It's free. Yeah,
so basically, MoviePass is now kind of at the end of its rope. It's not dead yet, but it's very close. They're kind of doing all these last-ditch efforts. They had to do something with their stock because it was trading at such a low price that they were in danger of being delisted from the stock market, which is terrible for any business because then you can't get people to invest in it. And then they started charging more for certain movies at certain times.
Peak pricing.
Yes.
Such a dumb thing. Like, they could charge up to $3 more just to see the movie that day and time. And again, we mentioned already, we're in a small town with a small theater. Our theater only has 6 screens, and movies only stay there a week, maybe 2 if it's a, kind of a blockbuster movie. Yeah. But there was one day that literally like a 2:00 showing on a Tuesday was listed as peak pricing. Yeah.
So I mean, the thing with the thing we could get by with is that, well, you're still getting a discount to the movie. So if you go see enough movies, it's worth it because you're still getting a pretty substantial discount. Then they started saying, well, you can't see new movies. Mission Impossible Fallout is a movie that right now you cannot see with MoviePass because it's brand new. And any brand new movie...
Maybe in a week or 2 if your theater still has it. Right. Maybe then it'll be available, but exactly. No promises.
Right. And then, there's also, certain things where certain theaters stopped supporting it, like outright boycotting it and everything. So... it has just completely fallen apart now, and I'm actually canceled. I canceled my subscription yesterday because this was just getting out of hand. I wasn't using it enough in the first place, so I just said if I'm going to go see a movie, which I rarely go see a movie in the theater these days, I'll just pay the price for it. You're still subscribed to it, right? So are you going to stay? That is the big question.
Still undecided. I still like the concept of it, but I'm kind of curious to see like what happens next. One of my biggest issues right now though is, so these are the 4 theaters closest to us. There's nothing available. I can't pick a movie
Yeah.
So the app is not working for me.
The app, the customer service, I mean, there's just stuff that doesn't work with MoviePass, and it's unreliable, and they ran out of cash the other day, and they had to borrow money to keep the service going, and so pretty much it's dead. But let's talk about this going forward, because I believe in this model. I think this is the future and present of theaters.
And I've always said, like, from the beginning, why $10? Why not 15? Why not 20? We paid 20 and it worked.
I think
I preferred the way,
right.
Again, being able to see 2 movies in the same day, back to back, or, whip out 3 on a Saturday, that sort of thing. But I don't understand why only 10. Like, if they upped it to 15 and I could see any movie at any time, none of this peak pricing bullshit, then...
have to bleep that out.
then, I would still pay it. I would even pay 20 because I feel like that's no different. If you think about it, 2 people going to the movies and just for tickets at our theater, I mean, we're paying $17 just for a ticket for the 2 of us. Add concessions. We've easily spent $40 for all 3 of us to go to the movies and get drinks and popcorn.
And for a premium showing, we've spent almost $100. At an IMAX 3D showing.
What? When?
So the theater in general can be expensive depending on what you're going to do. But the way this is going to work is through theaters. Each theater is going to have their own thing, because why this can't work, why this MoviePass thing can't work, is because they are not going to be able to reliably get a cut of the concessions that they are actually selling by bringing people into the theater with their subscription service. Whereas the movie theater, if they bring people in with their subscription service, they're getting all the money from the concessions. And they can then upsell and bring more concessions in, different concessions, and all that kind of stuff. Even eventually, like merchandise, like Funko Pops of different movies. And you can just go to the theater, see a movie. Hey, I just saw Aquaman. I'm out of the theater. I'm going to grab an Aquaman pop, on your way out. That is how it's going to work. I mean, we're going to have to get away from movie theaters making their money from movie tickets and more on concessions and merchandise and all that kind of stuff. So MoviePass did not work. It's easy to see why. It was kind of cool while it lasted. I definitely liked that I got to see some movies that I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. But there are better ways to do it. We've experienced better ways to do it. And hopefully all theaters kind of get their subscription plans going here soon, because that is the future of movie theaters. They're not going to survive without a subscription service. Everything is a subscription service these days. You got your Netflix, you've got your video game subscriptions, you've got merchandise subscriptions like Loot Crate and all that kind of stuff. So I am not happy that MoviePass is going away. I was rooting for them, but they just did not have their plans in order, and we kind of paid for it by having to deal with some stuff like that.
But I'm going to be like Titanic. I'm going down with the ship because I want to play this out. So.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments below about MoviePass. Do you want to see it continue? Do you want to see it return in some other form? Do you want to see your theater have a subscription plan? Let us know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more film talk and all that good stuff. And let us know if you have a channel down in the comments so we can check it out. Until next time, I'm Lex. This is Latasha. See you guys later.